Illinois Real Estate Broker Test Prep. Question 1. A sponsoring broker is asked to produce special account records during a regulatory review. Which practice best supports compliance during Reese's Oak Park vacant lot file review? Option A. Maintaining complete transaction and trust minus account records that can be examined when required. Option B. Deleting old deposit records once the closing occurs. Option C. Keeping records only in the salesperson's personal email. Option D. Combining all clients into one undocumented cash envelope. The correct answer is option A. Maintaining complete transaction and trust minus account records that can be examined when required. Regulators may examine records to verify compliant handling of funds and transactions. Deleting records, relying only on a personal email, or using an undocumented cash envelope undermines record retention and auditability. Question 2. Two owners are comparing life estate with other ownership forms. Which exam skill is being tested during Alex's Decatur rental duplex file review? Option A. Assuming all co-minus owners must have identical inheritance results. Option B. Recognizing how ownership rights, survivorship, and transferability may differ by estate or tenancy. Option C. Treating a tenancy as a mortgage loan. Option D. Using the ownership form to avoid all property taxes. The correct answer is option B. Recognizing how ownership rights, survivorship, and transferability may differ by estate or tenancy. Ownership forms can differ in survivorship rights, transferability, and the interests held by each party. They are not mortgage loans, do not guarantee identical inheritance outcomes, and do not eliminate property tax obligations. Question 3. A property is worth $313,000 and has a loan balance of $66,000. Approximately how much equity does the owner have during Blair's Elgin Lakefront Cottage file review? Option A, $379,000. Option B, $66,000. Option C, $247,000. Option D, $250,400. The correct answer is option C, $247,000. Equity is the property's value minus debt secured by the property, so $313,000 minus $66,000 equals $247,000. The distractors add debt, report the loan balance, or use an unsupported percentage of value. Stressed about your Illinois real estate exam? We can take Illinois real estate exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. Quinn signs an exclusive buyer representation agreement and later asks why the writing matters. Which answer best fits exam minus tested brokerage agreement principles during Quinn's normal suburban ranch home file review? Option A. A brokerage agreement eliminates all disclosure duties. Option B. Oral promises always replace signed terms. Option C. A brokerage agreement transfers legal title to the broker. Option D. Written terms help define services, compensation, duration, and the parties' obligations. The correct answer is option D. Written terms help define services, compensation, duration, and the parties' obligations. Brokerage agreements define key business terms and help avoid disputes about services and compensation. They do not eliminate disclosure duties. Oral promises generally do not automatically replace signed terms, and the agreement does not convey title to the broker. Question 5. Several brokerages in Belleville agree to charge the same commission rate so no firm competes on price. Which violation is most likely being tested during Sydney's Carbondale Commercial Suite file review? Option A, price fixing. Option B, valid comparative market analysis. Option C, prioration. Option D, easement by necessity. The correct answer is option A, price fixing. An agreement among competitors to set commission rates is a classic price minus fixing concern under antitrust principles. A CMA estimates value, prioration divides expenses, and an easement by necessity concerns property access rather than broker competition. Question 6. A buyer purchases for $275,000, makes a 30% down payment, and has $5,400 in closing costs. About how much cash is needed at closing before credits during Logan's Galesburg Farm parcel file review? Option A, $82,500. Option B, $87,900. Option C, $5,400. Option D, $269,600. The correct answer is option B, $87,900. Cash needed combines the down payment and closing costs, 30% of $275,000 plus $5,400 equals $87,900. The other choices omit either the costs or the down payment, or subtract costs from the price incorrectly. Question 7. A sponsored licensee uses the team name Metro Condo Group in advertising. Which compliance concern should be checked first during Kendall's Moline single-family home file review? Option A. Whether the team can operate without a sponsoring broker. Option B. Whether the team name creates automatic title insurance. Option C. Whether the team name and ad clearly avoid misleading consumers about the sponsoring brokerage. Option D. Whether the team may set commission rates with competitors. The correct answer is option C. Whether the team name and ad clearly avoid misleading consumers about the sponsoring brokerage. Team advertising must be clear enough that consumers are not misled about the brokerage relationship and sponsorship. A team does not replace the sponsoring broker, create title insurance, or justify antitrust violations. Question 8. An appraiser values a library with few comparable sales and limited rental data. Which approach may receive special attention during Harper's Quincy 2-flat building file review? Option A, income approach only. Option B, gross rent multiplier only. Option C, subdivision platting method. Option D, cost approach. The correct answer is option D, cost approach. The cost approach is often useful for new or special purpose properties when sales and income evidence are limited. The income approach and gross rent multiplier depend heavily on rental income, while subdivision platting is not a primary appraisal approach. Are you looking for Illinois real estate exam actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access Illinois real estate exam study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get Illinois real estate exam answer key today. Question 9. A rental property has NOI of $25,000 and a value estimate of $310,000. Approximately what capitalization rate is indicated during Jamie's Waukegan condominium unit file review? Option A, 8.1%. Option B, 4%. Option C, 11.1%. Option D, 12.4%. The correct answer is option A, 8.1%. The capitalization rate is NOI divided by value, so $25,000 divided by $310,000 is about 8.1%. The other answers have the rate, add unsupported points, or invert the formula. Question 10. A business offers to find apartments for renters in exchange for a fee. Why might Illinois licensing law be implicated during Rowan's Belleville townhome file review? Option A, rental minus finding services are always exempt regardless of activity. Option B, rental minus finding services can involve regulated real estate activity when performed for compensation. Option C, only sellers can trigger licensing law. Option D, the service becomes legal if no written records are kept. The correct answer is option B. Rental minus finding services can involve regulated real estate activity when performed for compensation. Rental minus finding and leasing minus related services may be regulated when performed for compensation. The activity is not automatically exempt, licensing law is not limited to sales, and failing to keep records does not cure an unlicensed activity issue. Question 11. A property manager receives a residential tenant's security deposit from Drew. How should the funds be treated for licensing minus exam purposes? Option A, spend it immediately as management profit. Option B, treat it as the broker's personal emergency fund. Option C, handle the deposit as money belonging to another party and account for it properly. Option D, refuse to keep any written record of the deposit. The correct answer is option C. Handle the deposit as money belonging to another party and account for it properly. Security deposits are funds connected to the landlord-tenant relationship and must be handled with proper accounting and legal care. Treating them as immediate profit, personal funds, or undocumented cash would create serious compliance issues. Question 12. A buyer obtains a loan of $192,500 on a property appraised at $250,000. Approximately what is the loan minus to minus value ratio during Casey's Springfield mixed minus use storefront file review? Option A, 23%. Option B, 87%. Option C, 62%. Option D, 77%. The correct answer is option D, 77%. Loan minus to minus value is calculated by dividing the loan amount by the appraised value, $192,500 divided by $250,000, or about 77%. The other percentages confuse equity with LTV or use an incorrect numerator or denominator. Question 13. A consumer asks why a state real estate recovery fund might exist. Which purpose is closest during Morgan's Peoria vacant lot file review? Option A, providing a limited source of recovery for certain losses caused by licensee misconduct when statutory requirements are met. Option B, guaranteeing every buyer a profit on resale. Option C, paying all ordinary home repairs after closing. Option D, replacing the need for broker licensing. The correct answer is option A, providing a limited source of recovery for certain losses caused by licensee misconduct when statutory requirements are met. Recovery funds are designed as limited consumer minus protection remedies for qualifying misconduct minus related losses. They do not guarantee investment profit, pay routine repairs, or replace licensing and discipline systems. Question 14. The same brokerage may work with both Rowan and Jordan in one transaction. Why must dual or designated agency issues be handled carefully? Option A. They automatically cancel every contract. Option B. They can affect consent, confidentiality, and the duties owed to each party. Option C. They eliminate all broker duties. Option D. They require the buyer and seller to use the same attorney. The correct answer is option B. They can affect consent, confidentiality, and the duties owed to each party. Representing or assisting both sides can create consent and confidentiality issues that must be handled according to law and brokerage policy. It does not automatically cancel contracts, eliminate duties, or force the parties to share legal counsel. Question 15. A borrower pays 2 discount points on a $225,000 loan. How much do the points cost during Riley's Rockford Lakefront Cottage file review? Option A, $2,250. Option B, $5,500. Option C, $4,500. Option D, a different result not supported by the facts 3. The correct answer is option C, $4,500. 1 discount point equals 1% of the loan amount. So 2 points cost 2% of $225,000, or $4,500. The other figures use too few points, only 1 point, or add an unsupported amount. Question 16. Avery has completed high school and wants a first Illinois broker license after finishing coursework in Champaign. Which education path most directly satisfies the standard broker pre-minus license requirement during Avery's Bloomington Suburban Ranch home file review? Option A. Only a 15-hour leasing agent course. Option B. 45 hours of managing broker education without broker coursework. Option C. A continuing education course completed after licensure. Option D. 60 hours of broker pre-minus license topics plus 15 hours of interactive applied real estate principles. The correct answer is option D. 60 hours of broker pre-minus license topics plus 15 hours of interactive applied real estate principles. Illinois broker candidates in the standard path complete 75 class hours made up of 60 hours of broker topics and 15 hours of interactive applied principles. A leasing course is for residential leasing agents. Managing broker education is a different license path, and continuing education applies after licensure rather than before the broker exam. Question 17. A driveway crosses one parcel so a neighboring parcel can reach the road. Which property concept is most likely involved during Cameron's Champagne Commercial Suite file review? Option A, easement. Option B, fixture. Option C, novation. Option D, defeasance clause. The correct answer is option A, easement. An easement gives a right to use another's land for a specific purpose, such as access. A fixture is attached property, novation substitutes a contract party or obligation, and a defeasance clause relates to mortgage satisfaction. Question 18. Taylor failed one portion of the Illinois broker licensing exam several times during the eligibility period. After the fourth unsuccessful attempt, what must happen before testing again during Drew's Joliet Farm parcel file review? Option A. The candidate may immediately test an unlimited number of times. Option B. The candidate must retake the required broker pre-license education before retesting. Option C. Only the national portion must be retaken without additional education. Option D. The candidate automatically receives a leasing agent license. The correct answer is option B. The candidate must retake the required broker pre-license education before retesting. Illinois exam rules allow broker candidates up to 4 attempts during the eligibility period. After a fourth failed attempt, the candidate must complete the required pre-license education again before retaking the examination. Unlimited attempts, partial automatic exemptions, and automatic licensure are not supported. Stressed about your Illinois real estate exam? We can take Illinois real estate exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. A homeowner challenges the assessed value used for property taxes. Which concept is being examined during Hayden's Aurora single-family home file review? Option A, agency termination by death. Option B, a leasehold surrender. Option C, the assessment and property tax valuation process. Option D, escrow disbursement only. The correct answer is option C, assessment and property tax valuation process. Property tax questions often focus on assessed value, tax rates, exemptions, and appeal procedures. Agency termination, lease surrender, and escrow disbursement are separate real estate topics. Question 20. Casey negotiates the sale of another person's mixed-use storefront for a promised fee. Under Illinois licensing principles, why would this activity generally require a real estate license? Option A. It is allowed without a license if the property is residential. Option B. It is exempt whenever the fee is paid after closing. Option C. It requires only a notary commission instead of a real estate license. Option D. It involves brokerage activity for compensation on behalf of another person. The correct answer is option D. It involves brokerage activity for compensation on behalf of another person. Negotiating real estate transactions for another person for compensation is a core licensed brokerage activity. Residential status, delayed payment, or holding an unrelated notary commission does not remove the need for the proper real estate license. Question 21. A brokerage wants to operate a virtual office location for Illinois consumers. Which compliance focus best fits the licensing outline during Reese's Oak Park condominium unit file review? Option A, registration, supervision, and public-facing brokerage compliance for virtual or branch operations. Option B, avoiding all broker supervision because the office is online. Option C, replacing written brokerage agreements with website clicks only. Option D, advertising as an unlicensed technology company. The correct answer is option A, registration, supervision, and public-facing brokerage compliance for virtual or branch operations. Virtual or branch operations still require appropriate brokerage supervision and compliance with licensing rules. Being online does not remove supervision, written-agreement, licensing, or advertising requirements. Question 22. Jordan wants to pay a sponsored Illinois licensee, Rowan, directly for help with a purchase. How should compensation normally be handled during Alex's Decatur townhome file review? Option A. The buyer may pay the licensee directly at any time. Option B. The sponsored licensee should receive compensation through the sponsoring broker. Option C. The title company must split the fee directly with the licensee. Option D. The licensee may accept a secret bonus if the transaction closes. The correct answer is option B. The sponsored licensee should receive compensation through the sponsoring broker. A sponsored licensee is normally compensated through the sponsoring broker rather than directly by the public. Direct payment, title minus company fee splitting outside the broker relationship, and secret bonuses create licensing, disclosure, and compensation problems. Question 23. A buyer transfers contractual rights to another purchaser before closing, subject to the contract terms. Which concept is most likely being tested during Blair's Elgin small apartment building file review? Option A. Accession. Option B. This cheat. Option C. The assignment. Option D. Hypothecation. The correct answer is option C. Assignment. Assignment involves transferring contract rights to another party when permitted. Accession concerns additions to property. Escheat transfers property to the state when no heirs exist, and hypothecation involves pledging property as security without giving up possession. Question 24. During a first substantial discussion, Rowan asks Jamie whether the brokerage represents the buyer, the seller, or both. Why should the relationship be clarified early during Quinn's normal mixed-use storefront file review? Option A. The relationship is irrelevant until after closing. Option B. A broker owes no duties until a deed is recorded. Option C. Agency disclosure is needed only for commercial leases. Option D. Agency and brokerage relationships affect duties, confidentiality, and the consumer's expectations. The correct answer is option D. Agency and brokerage relationships affect duties, confidentiality, and the consumer's expectations. Brokerage relationships determine duties such as disclosure, confidentiality, obedience to lawful instructions, and care. Waiting until closing, tying duties only to deed recording, or limiting disclosure concepts to commercial leases would leave the consumer without important relationship information. Question 25. A borrower asks about a USDA loan program during financing. Why might this appear on a licensing exam during Sydney's Carbondale vacant lot file review? Option A. Government-related loan programs have eligibility, insurance, guarantee, or property-condition features that differ from conventional loans. Option B. Government loans never involve underwriting. Option C. Government loans automatically waive all closing disclosures. Option D. Government loans transfer the seller's deed to the lender before closing. The correct answer is option A. Government-related loan programs have eligibility, insurance, guarantee, or property-condition features that differ from conventional loans. Government-related financing may involve special eligibility, insurance, guarantee, or property standards. These loans still involve underwriting and disclosures, and they do not transfer the seller's deed to the lender before closing.